guys, this is day 4 of teaching Python. Yesterday we covered Python data types and Python numbers. So today we will start with Python casting. So casting is really simple. What it says is that you can assign stuff like x equals integer 1. So we'll mainly focus on this part, the integers part. So when we do this, integer 1. So 1 is already an integer. So it will just simply write 1 over here. And then 2.8. As we know, this is not an integer. This is a float. So what it will do, it will never round up to 3, but it will do the first number that it sees, 2. So it will simply write 2. And number 3, so integer 3. This is a string, but there's a number inside the string, and it's 3. So it will simply print 3. Floats. As we know, floats always have a decimal. So 1, this is an integer. We'll put a decimal and write a 0 after. So this turned into a float. This is a float, so you just simply write it. This is a string. But you convert it into an integer first, then do a float. So first it'll be 3, then you'll write 0.0. And then this, you'll do the same thing. No, you won't do the same thing. It'll just simply write 4.2. Okay. And then string. So strings over here, as you see, it has a letter and a number. So it will simply write that since it's a string. A string, this is an integer, but still, it will just simply write that. This is a float, but simply, it will just write that. It doesn't matter in strings. Whatever there's inside the parentheses, it will write that same thing down. Now we'll do Python strings. So first, let's see Python strings. As we all know, Python strings, we've talked about this way before in number 1 or something, in syntax and output. We've already covered strings. But let's just cover it again for reference. So you write print, put parentheses, put quotations, and write inside. Then do quotations, then end it with the parentheses. Print has no space in the middle of the parentheses, and it's always lowercase. So you can write it many times. It says that the quotations do not need to match. So in each line. So over here it's double quotes. Over here as well, double quotes. But over here, single quotes. You see? But the thing that it's really focusing on is that this thing. So inside quotations, they'll put another quotations, but it will have to be different. So when we go like this, it'll give us an error. Yep. So it'll give us an error. So it always has to be, if the outside one is double quotes, just make it a single quote, and it'll write Johnny in quotes, single quotes. So yeah. Same with this one. There's double quotes over here, single quotes outside. Okay. Now assign a string to a variable. It's easy. You write your variable, you put a space, you put equals to space, and in quotations, you'll write the thing you want it assigned. And you'll simply just write the variable after if you want to print it. But if you want to do multiple strings, this is important. You have to do 3 quotes. It doesn't matter double quotes or single quotes. It doesn't matter. As you see over here, it works the same. So what happens is when you're assigning it, it will only do 1 line. So when we remove these 2, and remove these two, it'll give us an error. Yep. So it'll give us an error. So to fix this, if you want multiple lines, like let's say a paragraph or something, and you want it exactly how the paragraph looks, then you can do it like this. And by the way, I do not know what language this is, and if you're willing to tell us what this language is, please write it in the comments and I'll be happy to learn. And over here, single quotes. Now we'll do slicing. Slicing is really, really cool. It's like when you're slicing up vegetables and stuff. So you'll take this part and you have to write, so print B, you'll always have to write the B because it's the variable name. So the variable name, whatever you keep it, like if it's A, you'll write A. But yeah, you have to write the variable first. Then in square brackets, square parentheses, you'll put your number, colon, another number. So what it does, it always starts from 0. So over here, let's see this. Okay, so H will be 0, E will be 1, L will be 2. So it will include the L because it's 2, number 3, L, number 4, 0, O, and number 5 is the comma. It doesn't include the last number. It will include the first number. So that's why in the print case over here, it will write LLO. It will not include the 5. So as you see, it says position 5 not included. Same with this one, position 5 not included. But the thing is, slice from the start. So it will do everything from the start until the 5. So as we know, the comma is the 5, so it will just write before the comma. So it will just write hello. Hello. Okay? And slice to the end. You'll write the first one and leave the last one blank. Same with this one actually. You'll keep the first one blank, do not put a space, just leave it blank and write a number at the end. And negative index. What negative means, it will, how we started. We started from left to right. But if you write negative, it will start right to left. So this will be 0, 1, 2. So it'll do this one, 3, 4, 5. It won't count this. It will not count W. It will just write ORL. And over here, ORL. Okay, that's it for slicing. Modify. To modify, you'll write cases like this. Make sure you always write a period. Sorry, brain freeze. But yeah, you'll have to write your the variable, put period, and write your thing. So over here it says upper and parentheses open, parentheses close. And just to end the thing, you'll write another parentheses close. So what it does, it'll take your string over here and it'll make every single letter, make it uppercase. So it'll write uppercase H, uppercase E, uppercase L, L, O. So like they're all going to be uppercase. But of course, these are not letters, so they won't affect these. As you see, everything is capitalized. And everything lower, you just have to do your variable, period, lower, and end it. And it'll just make sure that this H is lowercase and this W is also lowercase, as you see over there. Remove white space. So the thing is, if you write it like this, there is a space at the beginning. If you see here, wait. If you see here, there is a space. Do you see that gap? And over here as well, okay, gap. So if you write print print a period strip. It will just remove those excess white spaces. And replace. So you'll have to write exactly this one. So you'll write print a period replace, then parentheses open, then you'll write the thing that you want to get switched. So over here, since it's a string, you'll write in quotations H, and you'll make sure it's in quotations and put a comma, put a space. Space is not really required, but make sure you put a comma, and you'll have to do in quotations J. Split. In split, it will exactly do splitting. So what it does is you'll have to do a period split, then parentheses open, parentheses open, quotation, since it's a string, then you have to pick which one you want to separate it from. So over here, as you see, there's this comma. So if you write comma over here and quotation end, then it will separate from that. So what it will do is hello, and then space, world. Hello. Sorry, the space, space also. So see, as you see, the space is also there because there's also a space right there. So it'll do hello, world, and like it separates with this. Now, string concatenation. Okay, so this is how you'll do the plus. As we know, plus works with, of course, the numbers, and it'll simply add them. But if you do a string, it will just smash them together. So hello, and we have world. So what it will do, it'll just attach those together. So it'll be hello world, but it won't have a space, since there's no space behind the hello nor in front of the world. So it will do hello world, but there's no gap in the middle. So if you want a gap, you can just put space right there. Since this is the string, it will write the space, and it will do hello space world. Hello space world. But if you don't want to do that and go to the more complicated way, then you'll write A plus parenthesis, quotation, space, quotation, and plus B. So this is just another way of adding the space. And I will do hello space world. Right there. Okay, now format strings. This is another way of doing it. But before, how we did it, we made a variable for this one and this one, and we put those together. But let's say we don't want that. Then if we want like a string, so we'll put a string, then we'll put the plus, then we'll put this. But why is this wrong? There's nothing wrong over here, you will say. No, these are all F strings. And in F strings, you'll have to first put a F dot, and not dot, F, you'll have to put an F, and you'll have to put the thing, like the age, in curling parentheses. So, like over here, F and age is in curling. Okay? Right there. So, it just smashes those together. Make sure you put the F and make sure you put the curling, or it will never work. Same with over here. You can put it in the middle or put it at the end. It doesn't matter. Okay? It can contain operation functions and modifiers to format the value. So you just do that, and just do that. Okay? But if you can do a modifier, as we know. So the modifier part comes in. So let's say the price is $59. So if you do price, colon period 2F. Then it'll make 2 decimals. So you'll have to write 2. If you make this 3, you'll write 3 decimals. Okay? So like over here. Take the 2 and make it a 3. And now we run it. And write 3 zeros at the end. And there. Make sure you put the dot before and make sure you put an F. You can do a math operation. Price is in curling parentheses 20 times $59. So it'll be $1,180. Now we'll do escape characters. So let's say you're writing something and you want to, let's say you're writing a paragraph or a sentence and you want to put something in quotations like this, for example. Vikings. You want to put Vikings in quotations. How are we going to do it? Over here, it says it's wrong. Why? Because this is closed and this is closed. That means there is something random in the middle, so it won't let you do that. But instead, you'll have to put a slash. And once you put a slash right there and right there, make sure this is before the quote closes. And make sure this one is before the quote closes. And then it will work exactly like that. We are so-called Vikings in quotations from the north. So that's how you make quotations inside. Over here, it tells you another stuff like backslash. So if you want to put a slash in the middle, then you'll put 2 slashes and there. I'll do it. New line slash N. Carrigan return. You'll do slash R. So it won't print this. It will print this and not the helper. Okay, tab. You can do slash T, backspace, slash B, form feed slash F, octal value slash OOO, hex value slash X, HH. String methods. Over here, it gives you multiple different methods that you can use. And I don't think I'll have time to cover all of this today. So yeah, this is just methods that you can use. We'll discuss about this tomorrow. And yeah, make sure you come back for day 5 of teaching Python. Until then, bye!